Good morning, dear students. How are you all? Welcome to the part 2 of your chapter number 8, Body Movements. Children, as you know that in the previous video, I have explained you the basic information of the chapter, the introductory part of the body movement, and also in our live class we have discussed about the chapter. Today I am going to start with the text part of the chapter. So we will first see introduction and human body and its movements. And also you need to do the reading from page number 66 to 68. So today we are going to learn introduction, human body and its movements. Let us start with our chapter. Children, in the live class we have discussed that even we are sitting, then also we have so many movements going on inside our body, blinking our eyes, movements of the body, breathing, right? And while you are writing, then also you have the movements moving your hand, fingers, neck, your eyes, your body part. So there are so many movements. While you are going to school, you are jumping, you are walking, you are running, skipping. In the same way, animals also have different kinds of movements, and these movements are also called as locomotion. And generally we can understand the movements when things can move from one place to another. So we have types of body movements including locomotion and movement means the ability to move from one place to another, and movement is nothing but the act of moving means to change the place or change some state of body, right? But we also have some locomotor movement where that does not this does not require to change the place. Movements that occur in the body parts or the whole body but do not cause the body to travel to another space. At the same place you are moving your hands, your body part, neck and all. Such kind of movements are called as non-locomotor movements, right? So we also do non-locomotor movements from in our body, isn't it? While you are doing physical exercise, remember we have done discussion on it in our video in our live class, that while you are doing mass PT yoga, you are jumping, you are running, but you are not changing your you are jumping, you are hopping, you are moving your hands, but you are not changing your place. For this, I have given you the assignment of table 8.1, children. How do animals move from one place to another? I hope you all might have tried to solve it. Have you all done it? Let us see the answer and cross check with your answer. Animals, body parts and used for moving, and how does they move? So cow use legs and they walk. Humans also use legs and they also walk. Snake use their whole body and the movement of snake is called slither. Children, remember we have read in the video the snake slither, right? After that, birds have wings and they fly. Insects have the legs, whole body, they crawl or slither also. Some insects can crawl, some insects can slither. Fishes, they use their whole body to swim, right? So these are all some movements that animals do. Now I hope you also have done with the same answers, because in video everything was already explained, isn't it? So children, from this doing this activity, this table, you might have come across that there are so many kinds of movements, the ways by which animal can move, walk, run, fly, jump, creep, crawl, slither and swim. So why are there so many differences in the way that they move? Is there any reason behind it? Let us try to learn why they are moving in different ways. So In the types of movements, we can see there are some images which are showing different types of body movements. Children, there are synovial joints, means many number of joints what that allows these movements to happen. You can see the person in the first picture moving his hand and leg. In the second picture, the person is moving his leg back and forth, up and down his body part. Then in the third picture, he is moving his neck. Then in the fourth picture, he is bending also backward, forward. Then in next picture, he is rotating his hands or wrist. And then he is moving his neck as well as rotating the knees, legs. So these are some body movements you can see here. Right. So how these body movements take place? We can also try some movements like suppose there is an imaginary ball. If you want to bowl it, how you will rotate your wrist and how you will throw it, how it is helping your other body parts to move. So this is what all about something that you should think about the movements of different body. So let us see which parts of our body can move or not. So for understanding this, we will have another table that I have told you to fill up also. That again we will do cross check, right? And that second table is here. So when we talk about the movements of different body parts, what you will find here? See the table's result. If we will talk about neck, it movement rotates completely? No, it rotates partly, turns. It bends? Yes. It lifts? No. And does not move at all? No. In the last column, children, you will find no means for does not move at all. Means, is there any body part which does not move a little? So there is no body parts. They can move with the help of some other body parts or something. Right. Now here the another thing. Wrist rotates completely? Yes. And other thing is that does it bends? Yes. Lifts? Yes. Here lifting means going down and getting up. Right. In case of neck, it is only moving. Okay. Now the next part is finger. Rotates? No. Partly turns? No. Bends? Yes. So this is all yes. Then in case of knee also it only bends. We can help with the knee bends. Ankles also bends and it rotates partly. Then toes also bends. After that back. Back also bends. Then head. Children, you will find there is no movement on head. It is our neck which is moving the complete head. But only head doesn't have its own movement. Right. Then elbow. There is no movement for elbow as well. Yes. After that, what we will find? Arms. They rotates completely? Yes. Partly movements? No. They bends? Yes. And they lifts? Yes. So this is what all we can see. But children, what we found in this table, we are able to move a few parts of our body easily in various directions and some only in one direction. Why we are not able to move some parts at all? This is all we will understand about in the next part. See this activity, I have told you to tie a scale on your hand at the center, taking your elbow at the center. After that, if you will try to bend. So, here children, we will come to know that. Did you notice that we are able to bend or rotate our body in the places where two parts of our body seems to join together? Isn't it? Yes, like elbow, shoulder or neck. And these places are called as joints. What do you call to these places? These are called as joints. Yes. Can you name more such joints in your body? Here it is given elbow, shoulder, neck. We have knee, we have wrist, we have ankles. So these are the parts which are having joints so they can move. So children, here we will learn about it. We will press our fingers against the top of your head. You will find ear, nose, back, shoulders, legs, including fingers and toes. But do you get a feel of something hard also? Pressing against your fingers. Those hard structures are the bones. Children, do underline. The hard structures are the bones. Right? So this is what all about the bones cannot bend. So how do we bend our elbow? It is not one long bone from upper part actually. We have different arms joined together at the elbow. Similarly, there are many bones present in each part of our body. We can bend or move our body only at those points where bones meet. And there are different types of joints also in our body to help us carry out different movements and activities. So let us learn about some joints and bones. Today we will see a video which will help us to understand about different types of joints which are present in our body. Let us see this video, children.
Who are you? And why have you kidnapped me? Where am I?
I'm sorry. We mean no harm. It's just that we've been very fascinated by the human species and have been trying to create a clone for many years now, but can't seem to perfect it. We were hoping you'd be able to help us. We think we're almost done with the clone, except that we can't seem to perfect the body movement. It can move, but it's clumsy, and it just can't bend. Can you tell me what's amiss?
It seems your clone doesn't have joints.
Looks like our alien needs to understand the importance of joints and the role they play in movement. Welcome to the lesson on joints and their types.
Joints? What's that?
Look here. See the people walking? Human beings can walk and move different parts of their body because of joints. Joints connect two different parts of the body and enable body movements. Several movements take place in our bodies, right from blinking our eyes to breathing to walking and even running. As you see, we can bend different parts of our body because of joints. For instance, I can bend my arm because of this joint at the elbow. Your clone, on the other hand, just fell because it tried to bend its knees when there are no joints at the knees.
So, do animals have joints too? For instance, that kangaroo that's jumping, how does it move from one place to another?
Well, animals have a different framework. Different types of animals move differently. For example, a snake moves differently from a cow, as does a bird from a fish.
What do you mean by a different framework?
Let me explain. Cows, for instance, use their legs to walk, while a snake uses its body to slither. Birds and insects, on the other hand, use their wings to fly, while fishes use their fins to swim through water.
But plants don't seem to move as animals do.
Plants don't move from place to place as they are fixed in the soil, but they do have movement.
So you mean they have joints?
They don't have joints, but their branches move towards light, while their roots move towards the soil.
I see. How about human beings? Tell me how they move.
Look at that man exercising. Watch as he moves. Notice his arms bending at the elbow and legs bending at the knee.
Yes, we've been wondering for long now how that's been possible.
Well, the human body contains several bones joined together at different places by joints. If you observe closely, we can bend or rotate our body parts only at those joints.
I see. Now I understand why our clones were not able to move as smoothly as you do. Okay, so what kind of joints do I need to create? Are all joints the same?
That's a good question. As you noticed, each body part is capable of different movements and is therefore controlled by different types of joints.
What are the different types of joints in humans?
Well, the joints in the human body include the ball and socket joint, the hinge joint, the pivotal joint, and the fixed joint.
Look at that man. It's amazing how he can move his arms and legs with such ease. Is it because of the different types of joints you were talking about?
That's right. Joints make movement possible. The arm movement is possible because of the ball and socket joint.
Ball and socket joint?
Yes, it's called the ball and socket joint because the joint works just like a ball and socket do. The bone of the arm is shaped like a ball at one end, which fits into a cup-like cavity called the socket on the other bone. This joint allows flexible movement of the arm in all directions.
I see. What about leg movement? Is there a ball and socket joint there as well?
Yes, there is a ball and socket joint between the hip and legs as well.
All right. Let me try to put a ball and socket joint in my clone as well. Thanks, Doc, but I still have a problem. While I have managed to get the arms and legs to rotate, they don't bend. Am I missing a joint here too?
Yes, it's called a hinge joint, and it allows the arms and legs to move back and forth. In some way, it works just like the hinge of a door. Look at the hinge of the door. The hinge allows the door to swing freely in a specific direction. In the same way, the hinge joint at the elbow connects the upper arm with the lower arm, while the hinge joint at the knee allows the leg to bend.
I see. Now I understand the importance of the joints at the elbow and the knee. Let me go and implement these changes. Hey, Doc, look, I've perfected the arm and leg movement, but I still can't seem to get neck movement. How do I get my clone to move its head?
Well, the head is actually one part of the body that doesn't move at all. It's the neck that actually moves, and the head just follows accordingly. The neck is connected to the head through the pivotal joint. The pivotal joint contains a cylindrical bone that rotates in a ring. While this joint is not as flexible as the ball and socket joint, it plays a crucial role in the human body. It allows the head to move to the left, right, forward and backward.
That's interesting. Let me add this joint to my clone's neck.
There's something else that you should know. While most joints in the body help in movement, not all joints aid flexibility. In fact, there are certain joints that make the bones immovable. They are called fixed joints.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, if you observe him closely, you'll notice that he is able to move only his lower jaw away from the head. The upper jaw is connected to the rest of the head through fixed joints, and hence it is immovable. In fact, there are several other fixed joints in the skull that protect the brain from damage.
Now I understand. Why don't you wait a while? In the meantime, I'll put the finishing touches to my clone. Once my clone starts moving perfectly, I'll drop you back home. Well, I've added all the joints, but there still seems to be a problem. It still continues to bump into things.
Ah, that's because your clone lacks the power to think. Human beings use their brain. And I bet it'll take you years to clone the human brain.
Congratulations! You have completed the lesson on joints and their types. In this lesson, you have learned to define joints, identify different types of joints in the human body, describe how the ball and socket joint works, describe how the hinge joint works, describe how the pivotal joint works, and describe how fixed joints work.
So, children, I hope you have learnt about the different kinds of joints and their function. So, it is your duty now. You should read it from the textbook. All these page number from 66 to 68 and 69 as well, to read all 4 kinds of joints, because in the next class or next video I will be explaining and revising these joints only from the text part. So children, do your assignment on the time. Feel free to ask if you have any query, and complete your assignment. Stay safe, stay home, enjoy online schooling. Thank you all of you.